Hello, this is Brenda Green, and I'd like to welcome you to Living in the Go. Today I want to talk to you about good debt. I'm sure you've heard the expression good debt versus bad debt, and so I have questions as you probably do too. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So, what is good debt versus bad debt? Well, let's take a look at the examples I have here. If you buy a car, that's really considered bad debt. Reason being, that if you buy a car, especially if you buy a brand new one, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it depreciates, it drops in value. You've driven it a mile and you could lose $1,000. Also, if you buy a car and you have to take more than 3 years to pay it off, that's pretty bad. That's a lot of money that you're paying out. Or if you have a real high interest rate, or if you buy a car that's worth more than what you bring home in salary every year, all considered bad debt. Again, it depreciates over time. It doesn't grow in value for you. Student debt. Let's say you go to college or to university and you take out a loan. It's called good debt because it's going to help you in terms of your value, how much income you can make when you get out of school. And so that's considered good debt. We'll dig into that a little bit more. If you buy a home, that's considered good debt because it's helping you to build some wealth. The type of home you get, those are things to consider. The interest rate that you get, how much you're paying on it. Those all factor in, but those are considered good debt. But let's look at the definition. So good debt is a loan that has the potential to increase your net worth. So if you buy a home and it appreciates over time, homes typically don't depreciate. So that would be considered good debt because it's building your net worth. The same thing with the student loan because it's going to help you to have a great job, have more income coming in. So again, good debt. Traditionally, that good debt is a sort that helps you gain that wealth or the income. The bad debt is spent on goods that are consumed over time, and they do go away. You might get a car that's worth $20,000 today, and in 5 years it's worth $2,000. So no gain there, no value. As always, I do have my beliefs, so I want to share those with you. So to me, debt is still debt. You still have to pay it back. It's still there for you. It's not going anywhere. You have to pay it on time or you're going to ruin your credit. So debt is still debt. Good or bad, it's still debt. Sometimes people like the smell of a new car. It's just wonderful. They buy a new car every couple of years, or even worse, they lease a car. Well, again, it's bad debt because it depreciates. It never goes away, especially if you lease. You're paying for a car all the time for the sake of a new car smell. I say if you can, get a 2-year-old car, pay less on it, pay it off within 3 years, pay it off pretty quickly. And if you like the new car smell, get it detailed, have them freshen up the upholstery, and keep it moving. The other thing that I talked about is what's considered good debt is if you go to college and you take out a loan. Well, guess what? The loans are sometimes so crushing. I don't know how good they could be, but you want to think about, is there some kind of funding that I could get? Can I work through college so that I don't have these student loans? Can I get scholarships? Maybe go to a state school where it's not as expensive. So manage that debt to make it better, not great necessarily, but to make it better. You also understand that there are reasons for taking on debt. Certainly, if you buy a house, you may not have cash to pay for it, but you would have to get a loan. So you want to make sure that you research it and do it the right way. Have a plan in place to repay it quickly. If you can get a 15-year, even better. If you get extra money, put it on that debt to get rid of it quicker. That's the way to have a mortgage and try to make it maybe not good, but better certainly. And debt can sometimes be broken down to two simple words, a want or a need. If you need a car and you can find a reasonable one under $20,000 and can pay it off within 3 years, that's great because you need it to get back and forth to work or whatever your transportation needs are. But if you buy the $40,000 car just because it's pretty, it's got all these bells and whistles, and you want it or your neighbor had it sitting out front, that's a want. So consider that when you're taking on debt that may not be necessary. At the end of the day, cash is still king. If you save up enough money and you pay for things with cash, then you don't incur that debt. It's always a good thing. And when you pay for things with cash, you can negotiate the price. I do it all the time. I never see the price as what it is because when you have cash, you have options. So just something to think about. So thank you so much for your time and attention. If you like this video, please like it and hit the subscribe button. Share this information with other friends because, again, we're spreading a movement in this community to make sure that we're financially literate in all aspects. Have a great day, and until the next time.